Hi, Sarah Banas here. Simply Sarah Made Easy. I'm going to show you today how to make these grandpa's fishing buddies or dad's fishing buddies or mom's fishing buddies if you want it to be. These are incredibly easy and they're super popular. So let's go ahead and get started here. We can get rid of all of this. Today we're going to be doing this in Cricut Design Space. There is a skill set that you need to learn to be able to do this. You need to learn how to use font glyphs. You also need, if you don't know how to install external fonts, you'll also need to learn how to do that. Both of those skills are incredibly easy. So we're not going to go over how to do both of those things on this video because it depends on which operating system you're on, whether you're on an iOS device, a Mac, or a Windows PC. And it also depends on, not so much for this because we're just working in Cricut Design Space, but to use glyphs, it also depends on if you're in Design Space or Silhouette Studio or which program you're using. So we're not going to go over all of that in this video. It's too much, and I want to make this nice and easy for you. I will link in the video description. If you do not know how to install fonts, I'll link super easy tutorial for all three of those operating systems. Just click on whichever operating system you're using. It'll take you just a couple of minutes to learn how to do it. Super easy. And I'm also going to link for Cricut Design Space, each of those operating systems, how to use font glyphs. And again, very incredibly easy. You'll learn it in no time. Just watch the video, choose the operating system you use, watch that video, you'll understand it. So a couple of things. I'm going to link in the video description also this font. So this is all a font. So we have two things here. So this is one font, this Grandpa's Fishing Buddies. I'll link that font just because it's a good font for this. It's one of my favorite sans serifs. But this here, the fishing pole, this script text, these the fish, the bobber, and the hook, those are all the lines. Those are all a part of a font called Fisherman Script, and I will link that in the video description also. As of right now, where I'm going to link it, it's 50% off, so it's like $6, I think, something like that. It's not expensive, and that does include a commercial use license, so you can make these and sell them. So let's get started. I'm going to move this to the side, and I'm actually going to keep this up so that I can try to duplicate this exactly. One other thing real quick, I'm also going to link in the video description our Facebook group. So I'm going to link Cricut for Beginners. I think we have a bunch of them, but Cricut for Beginners is a little over 700,000 members. Super friendly, super helpful. You'll fit right in. It's not all beginners. If you're not in the group, definitely join us there. So the very first thing we're going to do, I'm going to click on text, okay? And then I'm going to go up here. I'm going to click on my text drop down, and I'm going to choose system fonts. So mine is obviously already installed, and I'm going to type in Fisherman Script. So this is the extras, and this is Fisherman Script. So first I'm going to type, I'm going to click on that, okay? And then I'm going to type out the three names. So I'm going to type out Sarah. And now I'm going to duplicate that twice. If this video is of interest to you, like the video. That helps me out a lot. But also subscribe to my channel. When you're subscribed to the channel, you'll get a notification when the new videos come out. Once or twice a week, just, lots of ways to not only use new materials and how to use your machine, but also learning how to design for yourself. So lots of good videos coming up you won't want to miss out on. When you're subscribed, you'll get a notification when the new videos come out. Don't mind my little Grammarly G. If you don't have Grammarly, it's incredibly helpful. Okay, so now I'm going to go to text again. And now this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose this Fisherman Script Extras. Okay, so now it put those boxes up because it doesn't, Fisherman Script Extras doesn't have those specific. It doesn't have letters, so it doesn't have those characters in it. So that's why it'll give you the box. But what we're going to do is we're going to do this. So I'm going to pull up, give me just one second. I am going to pull up, this is a character map. So this, I'm on a Windows PC right now. And so this is one of many character maps you can get for it. This is the one I like to use. And in the video that I'm going to link for how to use GLYPHS, it will show you how to get this specific character map. Okay, so this shows us the characters here. Okay, and now again, and I'll explain this all in the, I explained it all in the GLYPH video. The font that you're choosing in your character map has to match the font that you have chosen in Design Space. So in this case, I have to have that the Fisherman Script extras already chosen in Design Space. That's why you saw those boxes. So these are the things that we're going to need. Okay, so first I'm going to need, that's the fishing pole. I'm going to press this plus and this. And don't worry if the choosing of the glyphs is confusing to you. Once you watch that video, you'll totally understand it. You'll have no problem at all using all of it. Okay, you'll have absolutely no problem using glyphs. So just watch the glyph video and then you'll understand this part better. But for now, just finish watching this so that you understand how we put everything together once we've imported those glyphs in. Okay, so then I'm going to duplicate that. And I'm only duplicating that so that I have that that font, that text box up. And I can delete, oops, I can delete that. Well, you know, I'm going to hold on to that for a second. I'm going to go back to my character, oops, I'm in this character map. I'm going to go back to my character map, and now I want this one. I can get rid of, oops, that wasn't what I wanted to do at all. Get rid of that, the pole now. Okay, and then I want, which other ones do I want? I want the fish. So I'm going to duplicate that. Okay, and I'm going to duplicate this again. And then I want, there are two hooks. There's a hook, there's 4 hooks. There's 2 hooks with lines and 2 hooks without. I want the one with the worm on it. So that's that. And then copy it. And then I'm going to paste that. You can see just from a glance that glyphs are incredibly easy. They're easy on Mac and iOS also. A little bit easier on Mac and on PC than they are on iOS, but still incredibly simple. Okay, and then if you need a longer pull, if you have additional, you know, a bigger family or whatever, there are pull additions here also. Okay, so we have these 3, and then I'm going to grab both of these lines. Okay, just one more line, and then we'll put this all together. And the putting together part is super, super easy. So, one more line. Sorry, I'm having a little trouble here because I have it too close to the other one. Okay. Paste. Okay, and now we're going to put it all together. So what I want to do, the first thing I want to do is I want to take all of these parts and I want to turn them so that they are the right way. And actually, I'm going to do that with these two. So I'm just going to take everything together. Oops. Take it all together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up on top here to rotate. You can manually do it too, but this is just a little bit easier. And I'm going to go to 90. Okay. And then I'm going to take this, and I'm actually going to rotate this part manually. And I'm going to resize, so let me move, because you have to resize these all. I like to resize the pole and the lures and all of that together, because then it just kind of all stays the way that it was meant to be. Okay, just one second. Take this and this. So I'm going to resize all of this together so that this all stays in proportion. Okay, and then the font, I don't necessarily want that exactly. I mean, I guess it's okay like that, but sometimes you do have to resize it just a little bit so that it fits what you want. So this is what I do, because I don't like these long lines coming off. I mean, you could, but I actually slice mine. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to duplicate it in case I need that one again. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to make a square. And I'm going to slice off part of that line. So I'm going to put that on top. Actually, I want a little bit more than that off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select those two and I'm going to click slice. And then I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this right here. Oh, no, I didn't do that. I skipped that one on this one. So I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to put the name Sarah off of this one. Okay, and then, and if you want to, you can do that same thing where I sliced part of that. You can slice part of the tail of this off if you want the drop down to come a little bit closer. I didn't bother. I like to make it so that the whatever part of the tail you have left, that it actually touches both sides, so it looks a little bit like a little knot. Oops. So I'm going to send this to the back because I'm having trouble grabbing. Anytime you have trouble, well, that should have worked. So right click. Okay, so it's not going to let me. So I'm having trouble grabbing that, the lure. So I have to move this stuff out of the way. So I can grab that. Here, let me move this down here for now. So I can grab that. And grab this while I'm doing that. And then I can put this back. Okay, and then next is George. And I'm going to again use this. I'm going to flip that horizontally. And I'm going to actually turn this a little bit so that they're not exactly the same. And then I'm going to again make a square. I'm going to slice a good part of that off of there. rid of all of that. I'm going to turn this a little bit more. And then put that right. Actually, that's a little bit too much. A little bit too much of a turn. And then like that. And again, and you can play with these. I'm not going to put a lot of time into making sure that I have it exactly how I want it. You can play around with them until they're the way that you want them. And that there. And then just one final one. And with this one, you generally want to use this one because it has that little bit more of an S curve, that backwards S curve. And that when you're coming off the end like that, that just looks a little bit better. I do like to make, and also another thing is when you're doing this, you'll want to play around with the names so that you have the names. Sometimes it won't look quite right, and then you'll move, a shorter name to the beginning or to the end, and then it just looks better. So you can play around with them until you have them in the direction that you want them. Not direction, you know what I mean. Okay, so get rid of that. Okay. Now this here, so that's going to kind of come off of the end. And you can see how that doesn't look quite right. So I'm going to turn that just a little bit so that it comes off the end a little bit better. And now that'll come off the end just right. There we go. Okay, and then this name here. Okay, and then just take our little hook, line, and sinker. There we go. So that's all there is to it. So then you would just take all of this, select all of this, and then go to combined, not combined, click weld, and that's going to make it all one layer. You can see over here that these are all separate layers right now, and now that just makes it all one solid layer. Okay, so now I'll show you real quick how to curve the Grandpa's Fishing Buddies. So take your text, and again, I'll link this font in the video description also. This is a font that I have used for years and years and years, and it is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so we'll go ahead and type out and I am aware that I do not have my apostrophes in there. Buddies, apostrophe S or IES? I'm terrible with grammar, hence the fact that I have Grammarly. So that's going to work for now. But if you are an English major and know that I am doing that incorrectly, you should let me know. So I'm going to decrease the size of this by just a little bit, and then I'm going to curve it. Okay, so I'm just going to curve this, and not much at all, just a very, very little bit. Maybe even just like that. That might be plenty. And then I'm going to turn it so that it goes with this. Could probably stand to be a little bit smaller. Oops. What did I do? And I think that curve needs to be just a little bit more. Just about like that. And that is all there is to it. So then you could, if you wanted to, if you didn't want to do this, I mean, if you wanted to do it in two different colors where, say like this, the text was dark gray and the pool and the names were black, you could leave it as two layers, or if you wanted it all together, select it all, combine, weld. That is all there is to it. It is so incredibly easy and such a fun thing. Just, I mean, I don't know, they're just cute. They're fun. They're very similar in feeling to like the grandma's garden or the mom's garden. where you put the kids' names of the flowers. So super fun. People love them. I'll link everything in the video description. Like I said, if the video is helpful, like the video, subscribe to my channel. You'll get notification the videos come out. Join us on Facebook. You definitely want to do that if you're not in the group. I'll link both of these fonts. I'll link this font. Like I said, it's on sale as of the time of the video. I don't know how long that sale will last, but as of the time of the video, it is on sale. And then I'll link this font also. And that's it. I hope you have a great day. Bye.